Are you ready for it? Welcome back, everybody. When you come home from your favorite local garden shop with a bunch of new indoor plants, you might just put them wherever you want in the house. However, it's important to find the right spot for each plant because some require more light than others. And here with us to guide us to put every plant in every part of your house. Please welcome garden guy Dale Kay.
Yay,
Dale's back with us.
Dale!
Welcome back, Dale.
Thank you. So we basically have a primal connection with plants, right? We need them for those simple things like, you know, breathing,
Right, important.
eating,
That's-
right?
that'll help.
So we
Yeah.
have this. We just have this connection with plants. And oftentimes in the world today, when we're inside a lot, central air conditioning, on our computers, so forth, we really have that desire to bring plants indoors. The trick is, there is no natural house plant.
Okay,
Right? There's no indigenous house plants. So plants adapt to different environments, and that's true in our homes as well. So to your point, the perfect spot isn't always, or what you think is the perfect spot, perfect plant, isn't always the case. But we'll break some of that down.
Never thought of it ever, Dale. When I look at plants for outside, I will look like, oh, does it need full sun or not? Never even remotely considered it for my indoor plants, which is probably why I murder most of them. So,
No, that's such a harsh.
Yeah.
It's reality,
Man.
though. I mean, they go from like 100 to 0 quick in my house.
But it's actually good for me because, mac and cheese, I love it, but every now and then I want a steak. So if you kill plants, it's all right, I got you. Then I can have a steak every now and then.
Perfect. So let's say, let's start with maybe like the bathroom, for instance. Probably, well, some people have like some windows and stuff in their bathroom, but maybe not as much light in there. What would be like a good plant for someone's bathroom?
So first you need plants that like humidity. So actually the ones right in front of you,
Okay.
those two right there, the fern and the spider plant, it really doesn't matter whether they're sunny or shady, maybe like an overhead, open light kind of situation. Those will do really, really well in high humidity. And who doesn't want to take a bath with your plant? Right?
It's true. Have you
They
seen?
don't talk bad about
Yeah.
you, they just love you
No.
back.
That's
Exactly.
true. Have you seen those? Some people are putting plants in their shower. Have you seen this?
No, funny you should say that. It's okay because as long as the water's not too hot, it's a great watering tool too.
Yeah.
Especially if you got one of those detachable wand things.
Yeah.
You can clean the glass, water the plant,
Perfect.
wash you, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, there you go. And also beautiful Instagram photo opportunities in the shower now.
Maybe for you, not for the GG, not for the garden guy. We'll leave that. Let's not even go there. Why'd you go there?
That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me, Dale.
What Instagram page is that even?
Well, that's you have to be a subscriber for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the kitchen, though? How about the kitchen, though? Would you be taking Instagram pics in the kitchen, though, Dale?
Yes.
Maybe, what about plants for the kitchen?
I love me a little Graham in the kitchen.
Yeah,
and
Graham in the kitchen.
oftentimes
That's
the kitchen. Well, I'm a little bit of a home cook too.
Sure.
So oftentimes in the kitchen we have sunny spots. So
Yeah.
actually over by you, 3 really good plants for that kind of sunny spot. The first one that's kind of like all fringy and hairy.
This one right here?
The
Yep.
ponytail palm. They actually get quite tall. They can get to 20 feet tall.
Really?
If you're in like South Florida, something like that,
Wow.
they can get quite tall. And our home's not quite. But they have a kind of an interesting architectural form. If you hold that plant up, it has kind of that bulbous kind of trunk
Yeah.
to it. It's kind of a really cool kind of architectural feature.
What did you call it? A ponytail?
Ponytail palm.
Ponytail palm.
It does look like a
Okay.
ponytail.
The great thing about that one is really readily available. You can buy them almost anywhere.
Okay.
The one in front there is the Sansevieria, has the old-fashioned, the OG common name of mother-in-law's tongue because it's got that sharper point to it. But they have a lot of different blends of foliage as far as color-wise, and also does really well in sun. Also pretty much bulletproof. And the last but not least for a sunny spot is any of the rubber plants, particularly the ficus rubber plant. That one is a really good one as well.
My mom always says that this one is the one that I should have because she says it's almost impossible to kill.
That one is it's bulletproof, and then this one, if we move over to areas that maybe you have that drafty spot next to the door or a breezeway entryway, cooler spot in the home. The other really bulletproof plant, which isn't talked about too much, is this one here. It's called cast iron plant, and just like a cast iron skillet. You throw that thing against the wall, she's bouncing straight back at you. She's good. It's good. It's good to go, right?
Yeah.
So cast iron plant, that's another really good one. Also, bird's nest fern and pothos are also really good for drafty spots.
Obviously, a lot of people working from home or they're in the office. So
Yep. So we'll do shade first, and then we'll bump over to office.
Okay.
So shady spot. this Chinese evergreen or aglaonemia, this was once, or actually really still is, the premier indoor scaping. You know, when you walk into offices and, you know, big corporate buildings, aglaonemia is a true plantscaper's plant. Does very, very well in low light and always has these wonderful, I can maybe just hold that up just a wee little bit, has these wonderful variegations in the leaf as well. Also, two other ones for shade is this little polka dot begonia,
I love that.
which has some really cool like
So cute.
spotting to the leaves, which is really, really fun. And if you're really, really kind to it, it'll sport a little pink bloom as well. And then the Spathiphyllum, this is kind of another OG plant, does very, very well in the shade, and also does well in the bathroom too. I always like to shake my plants because I love that. I love that move. Isn't that cool?
Someone told me that you're
Good
supposed
breeze.
to shake like your fiddle leaf fig because I have a huge one. I have one that's like 7, 8 feet tall, and they say to shake it and it's good for them.
Yeah, well, it creates a little bit of air movement, but it's just kind of fun.
Oh, it's just fun. Okay.
You know, I just like, and you know, and we talked about the office really quick too. Moving over to the office, philodendron. This one is called Florida Green, but as this one gets big, that's another good one to kind of
Shake it up. Okay.
get a little,
okay.
because I have no rhythm, but I find that if you're shaking your plant, I get a little rhythm.
All right.
As going as well, which is kind of fun. Also, really, these little string of pearls is another great office plant. Maybe great. It may be good for a shelf too. It has these beads that will trail down. Kind of a fun little plant. If you're looking for something architectural, staghorn fern, and then of course any of these succulents will do really well as well.
Perfect. I am, once again, for the second straight day on this show, I am learning a lot.
Truly,
on this
yeah.
show, 100%. And we've got so much more with Dale, including some pet-friendly plants. That's coming up right after the break. No lie, I love palm trees. This might be coming home with me today, this ponytail.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Yeah, let's make it a good day.
Thanks for staying with us here on The Jason Show, everybody. We're back with garden guy Dale Kaye. Now, let's talk plants that are safe to have around your pets, Dale. I think some people might think, oh, every plant is fine around a pet. Why wouldn't it be? But there's some that you got to watch out for.
Right, and especially if they are prone to, you know, eating, or, you know, when they're young. Oftentimes, pets when they're young, they'll go at different things that maybe they shouldn't be.
I have a 7-month-old
after.
puppy named Frank, and he's been actively chewing on a plant. I'm not sure it's healthy for him, Dale. I'm not even going to say what it is so no one calls me a bad dog owner.
So you want to just kind of choose carefully.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking, my daughter had a dog, or she still has it. It's not like something happened to it. But when it was a puppy, it was at my house during COVID, and my carpets are still not the same.
Oh,
you know, they just chew
yeah.
it. So
Everything.
thankfully, I had all my plants up, you know, out of reach and whatever. But cohabitating plants and pets, it can be done. So let's start right on the end there.
Okay.
That plant there has a common name, prayer plant, or its real name is Maranta. Has some really fun variegations in the leaf, but
So
that's a really nice, attractive. Yeah, actually, no, I'll go as far as saying beautiful plant that is pet friendly.
That's also like a really nice centerpiece plant because it takes up some space. I like that. That's
Yeah,
very nice.
it'll actually, its little leaves will actually sprawl out as well, which is kind of fun. Any of the Phalaenopsis orchids, particularly the color white, is super pet friendly. And if you're looking for another bulletproof plant that is safe for everybody in the home, all these peperonias that are in front of you, Fallon, are all
Pepperonis, you say?
not quite pepperoni.
Okay.
That's
Pepperonia.
what I heard too.
Okay. Oh. I'm doing great with pronunciation on the show this week. It's going great.
Thank heavens you can read the prompter, right?
Yeah, good for
I
one
can't.
thing.
This ad-lib thing's just not working out.
I'm looking for a new line of work by the end of the week, I promise you.
Probably still one of the trendiest groups of plants if you're into being a plant nerd or Instagrammer for your plants. This little plant here is lipstick plant. I'm not sure if we can get a close-up look, but it's actually in bloom down there, kind of tucked way, way, way in the bottom there. But the flower, if you were to think of those big red, bright pucker kind of lips, that's what that plant sports. It's a little tricky to see, but it's really cool if you grow them. Kind of trails down a little bit. A fun plant to have in the house, especially around Valentine's Day. This particular plant also has some wonderful striping in the leaves as well. It sports the common name rattlesnake plant because of that, you know, rattlesnake kind of tail, I guess, to the leaf. But perfectly safe for plants. One little plant that I want to talk about, it's super OG. Maybe your grandmother or your mother used to grow them, African violets.
I was going to say it. Yep, it's literally what I think of as my grandma immediately.
Yeah, it's a great sensory plant too, because not only do you get the flowers, but the leaves have a little bit of a fur on them. If you were to touch that, it's so calming.
It is calming.
It's almost like,
yes, it is calming.
yeah, if you just
Absolutely.
rub, you just kind of rub. To me, it's
it
really
is.
calming, but totally safe for plants, as is the money plant, which is this little guy right here. Money plants are safe.
I want more of those around me.
Yeah,
money
I try to
plants.
surround myself
Yeah,
constantly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like raining money. Neanderthal palm is, if you're looking for a palm, the Neanderthal is a great little palm. It also has kind of a Victorian vibe to it. So if you're living in a colonial home or want that Victorian vibe, the Neanderthal palm is a great one. And then last but not least, on the pet-friendly list, are the Hoyas, and it's a great trailing plant. Will trail up or trail down as well.
I see this also. Is this something that we should be using in the winter to help out?
So when we're talking about fertilizing or just general care for houseplants in general, we'll knock this out in a couple of seconds. Fertilizing, whatever it says on the bottle, use it at about a half rate. I like to go kind of sparingly through the winter with fertilizer, unless they're in bloom like the African violet. You're better off fertilizing as we get warmer, like into February, March, in cooler climates. Of course, if you're in the southern part of the country, that tends to be not as much of a factor. When it comes to watering, I just like to be consistent. It really doesn't matter whether you're once a week or once every 2 weeks.
I was going to ask that. I hear like in the
don't go
summer it
much
should be
past
this
2 weeks,
or winter
but
that.
in the home, just be consistent. And then last but not least, we get a lot of dust in our homes over the winter time. So if you can just dust your plants just like you dust your furniture, or make these great little gloves, you can use those as well.
That's awesome. Thank you, Dale.
Thank you,
That's
Dale.
great.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it, Dale. Always. And I'm
You're
going
best,
to be.
yeah.
I promise you, I won't be taking these home with me.
He
but-
already said he was stealing the ponytail palm. So
Yeah,
watch
oh,
that's
your
true.
back.
Yeah, that's true.
that is,
I
like,
do
on
kind of
his
want
list.
to. I do kind of want to take that one. I'm not gonna lie. For more gardening advice, be sure to follow him on Instagram. Just search Dale K Garden Guy. We'll be right back. What did you? So not pepperoni then? It's not what it's called. Peppery.